Welcome to an action-packed freestyle event featuring Monster Truck Destruction, the video game. We're going to meet our field of trucks right now as we've got 6 trucks in our camp here tonight. Moving Violation set to make its debut and rip up the arena floor for all the fans watching at home. Then it's the return of Rampage with a brand new paint scheme hailing out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. Also, we're taking a look at Bustin' Loose coming to play here tonight all the way out of Conroe, Texas. The GMC is ready to go. Then we're taking a look at the Gravedigger all the way out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Gravedigger number 3 going to be freestyling with us here tonight. Then we're also taking a look at debuting NWO out here on the freestyle course. We'll see what they have to offer here tonight. And last but certainly not least, out of Columbus, Michigan, Avengers here to freestyle in our competition here tonight. And that will wrap up our field of 6 trucks here for freestyle. So let's get right down to the nitty gritty. Freestyle action starts right now. And up first, we're going to be taking a look at Moving Violation, making its MTD debut here on the channel. And we're going to see what he's got for freestyle. And as Moving Violation gets freestyle underway, this is how it's going to work. We've got a panel of 3 judges. Obviously, the truck with the highest score at the end of freestyle. How about that ride right through the camper for Moving Violation? But nonetheless, with a truck with the highest score at the end of freestyle is going to be declared the winner. And right now, it's going to come down to the momentum you carry out there on the track, the tricks you perform, and how long you can carry out the clock throughout your freestyle performance. And so far, Moving Violation is doing just that. Gonna get a nice sky wheelie now, rolls it over backwards and sets it back down on all 4 not BKT tires. And Moving Violation really setting the tone for our freestyle competition here tonight. And again, you want to try to fill out as much of the clock as you possibly can and try to obtain a higher score. And Moving Violation still carrying a lot of great momentum out here on the track. Thus far, a solid freestyle performance as he gets this thing. Oh, he stuffs it right there into the car stack. Not what he wanted to do right there. Gets a little crossed up. Nice save for Moving Violation. He's getting a little wild now. He's already passed up some time here in his freestyle run. So Moving Violation now going to try to send this thing for all it's worth here in the last few moments of his freestyle. Going to line up for the not Morgan to Morgan backflip. Nope, didn't like that take. Going to back it on up here. He's going to send it up. Going to get a back-to-back here. And he's over on his lid for Moving Violation. Just shy of filling out the full 2-minute freestyle. And we're going to go back and take another look at some of the highlights for Moving Violation. So be sure to leave a comment down below what you think the score might be. We've got our judges here in the booth. Nice sky wheelie going through the RV right there. Moving Violation again setting the tone here for freestyle. Sets it up into a nice stoppie right there. Rolls it back into a moonwalk. And then the thing that took him out right here was the not Morgan to Morgan backflip. Gets the double bounce right there and just rolls it on over, and that'll be the end of the run for Moving Violation. So we're going to jump over to our judges zone and see what they thought of the freestyle run. Judge 1 with a 7, Judge 2 with a 6, Judge 3 with a 7 for a total score of 20. So he is your current leader in freestyle, obviously being the first truck out. Nonetheless, Moving Violation still upside down here on the track. As you could tell, the track crew and officials are down there going to get him right set up. The driver is A-OK. EMS just down there checking out the scene, making sure everything is 100%. Moving Violation going to get cleaned up, and we're on to our next freestyle performance here tonight, and that is going to be the return of Rampage all the way out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. Now, we saw Moving Violation set the tone for freestyle here tonight. We'll see if Rampage can outdo what Moving Violation did. And here comes the big bad Dodge. He's going to get some big time air. Doubles it up right there. Nice combo. Rampage keeping it under control here in tonight's freestyle course. Going to go one more time up and over the pod now. Hits the RV in the process. Now jumps over the van stack. Rampage just picking up the momentum just now, and he seems to be laying down a solid freestyle performance. What's he going to do here? Nice leap over the pod. Sets it up for a little moonwalk right there. Nothing too crazy. Rampage getting the job done out here for our freestyle competition. He's really taking a shot at what Moving Violation just did. Nice wheel stand across the pod there. Going to ride it out a little bit. Just showing off that big Dodge Hemi horsepower here at the SmackDown Arena, which was built by myself, Chevy Boy 383, over on the Monster Truck Destruction game. And Rampage now laying down a clinic so far. Going to go up one more time for the not Morgan to Morgan backflip, and he sticks the landing. That's going to do some good points right there. He does land it, unlike Moving Violation did earlier here tonight. Nice slap wheelie right there over the pod. And so far, so good. I got to say, this is a solid freestyle performance that's shaping up right now for Rampage. Going to launch it now. Big time air for the Dodge camp. Slams it right into the secondary. What a shot it was. He's going to crank out some donuts now. Rampage really getting it going out here for our freestyle competition. That was some sick air as he's going to double it up now over the pod, and he's really just starting to keep that momentum underway and again fill the clock. And it looks like he's going to try to do a popper right here. And if he can get the Dodge to do it, he pops it up for a nice moonwalk. And that will wrap it up for the Rampage Dodge. A solid performance here tonight inside of the SmackDown Arena. Take a look at these highlights. Some massive air. Gets it up into a nice popper right there. Walked it back just a little bit. and then he gets for the not Morgan & Morgan backflip. The Dodge Camp really showing up and showing out. Such a beautiful truck out here doing a job for us here in Freestyle. And then we take a look at the final popper that ended out the run, and he sets it on down, and now we head over to the judges zone and see what they got to say for this Freestyle. We're going to get a 7, a 6, and a 6, so a point lower than moving violation nonetheless. That's actually kind of a shocker, but it is the judges' call, so moving violation still in the lead here in Freestyle. But coming up next, we're on to truck number 3, and it's going to be the NWO coming to Freestyle. Now, I know a lot of the younger generation doesn't remember the NWO, but old cousin Rob, the cousin of Tom Mintz, Rob Nell, debuted this truck back in 2000. It was short-lived throughout the WCW contract deal, which went belly up in the March of 2001. But nonetheless, NWO's out here. Freestyle was a big-time air up and over the pod now. NWO saw what Rampage and moving violation did earlier tonight. Nice crossover right there. Slams it right into the RV, trying to keep that momentum up for this Freestyle run. That's a big factor with the judges. Nice little wheelie across the arena floor right there. NWO starting to lay it down here at the SmackDown Arena. And I gotta say, so far so good for the NWO. Some more major air up and over on 2 wheels. Now drives it into the pod. What a combo! NWO really satisfying the fans here tonight. Gonna cross up, hit the RV, and can he save it? He's over. What a ride for NWO out here at the SmackDown Arena. The run was cut just short on time, but how about the moveset from NWO as we look back at the highlights? Combo right there. A nice little leap up and over the pod, settles it down. The suspension's really loose on that truck. Then he's up and over the pod one more time. Just some major air from the NWO, and this is the move that took him out right here. He crosses up, clips the RV, lays it over on its side, couldn't get it tired of hooking to the dirt, and over she goes here tonight for NWO. Right now, the track crew and officials are down there to turn him right side up. As you see, they got a lot of work to do on the NWO machine. And again, the run was cut just short on the time. Did not fill out the clock. So we'll see what the judges have to say over here in our judges zone. And judge number 1 is going to throw out a 4, and a 5. And it's going to be a total of 13. So a very low score for NWO. He left about 45 seconds on the clock here for Freestyle. And right now we're taking a look at our leaderboard, and moving violation still in the lead with 20 points. Rampage right behind with just 19, 1 point shy of overtaking the leader. And then what we just saw with NWO, again, leaving so much time on the clock, ranked him down with just 13 points. But nonetheless, we're moving right along in Freestyle. We're taking a look at Bustin' Loose all the way out of Conroe, Texas. We'll see what he's got to offer here in our Freestyle competition. Will Bustin' Loose be the truck to get the overall point lead here tonight? We're going to find out as he lines up and over the RV now. A nice little leap right there out of Bustin' Loose, sets it on the tailgate, and the fans erupted here on the SmackDown Arena. And Bustin' Loose will ride out a wheelie across the arena floor, really getting that momentum picked up here in our competition tonight. And what a beautiful truck it is. That lime green and the orange, it all just flows so well. And Bustin' Loose out here trying to make history or be history. He's in trouble. Gets it back around after going through the RV, and he's going to ride up over the buses. It's going to cut him short. And from the looks of it, he pretty much pulled a Jill Canuso from World Finals 2 and wrenchhead.com. Got up and over the bus stack and pretty much had nowhere to go but upside down. Take a look at these highlights. Bustin' Loose was coming for that points lead. Blasts through the RV, rides it out on the tailgate, almost ripping it off on the arena floor. Nice leap right here up and over the school bus jump. Settles it down nicely, keeping that momentum up. And then this right here is what took him out. Shoots it up and over the van stack, lands it on the cab, and over he goes. And the scores are probably going to reflect that, leaving so much time on the clock. 3, 5, and a 3, a total of 11 here in our judges zone for Bustin' Loose. So that will throw him in 4th place right underneath NWO. But we still got 2 more trucks in Freestyle, and all the way out of Kildover Hills, North Carolina, Gravedigger number 3, one of the early trucks, the first Gravedigger to ever feature a 4-link suspension setup. We're going to see what he's got in Freestyle here tonight at the SmackDown Arena and see if he can take over the overall lead. He's in trouble. He brings it around. Nice save by the Gravedigger here as he gets a little crossed up early on in the Freestyle run. Nice leap up and over the pod. Now going to try to walk it out, sets it back down. The Gravedigger into the wall now. Surprised the officials didn't shut him off for tapping the wall right there, but they're going to let it slide as the Gravedigger looking to do good things out here in our Freestyle competition. Launches it up and over the RV, blows the barrels out of the center of that thing. That's one of the things I want to touch on too. The track crew really goes above and beyond to try to put these tracks together. Nice wheel stand by Gravedigger out here getting the fans all going out here on the freestyle competition. Launches it one more time over the pod, gets crossed up, and another nice save for the Gravedigger. Up and over the RV, just making sure it's completely level out here in our freestyle competition thus far. Gravedigger's really satisfying the fans, and the judges look pleased over there. We'll see what he's got to try to end out the last 30 seconds of this run. How about some Digger Donuts out here for all the great fans? Up and over the pod one more time, gonna try to set it up into a moonwalk. Almost gets it up, not quite all the way. Really stood on the binders of that truck. Gonna get crossed up here over the RV now, and the Gravedigger just really throwing it down one more time up and over the bus stack. Really putting on a great show. Probably the best run we've seen all night, as he's getting some major air, some incredible saves. Tries to walk it out, gets the moonwalk that time for old Gravedigger number 3, and that'll wrap up the freestyle run. He didn't turn it over, but he came close several times, and just an awesome freestyle altogether. Right here, this was first hit right off the gate. Puts it on the unicycle, sets it back down. Gravedigger riding on the ragged edge, as we all know he does, and the Gravedigger machine will probably take over the points lead. Huge air up and over the pod now, sets it down, tried to get a nice stoppie right there. Couldn't lock it up in time before hitting that secondary pod on the big end of the track. Looking at our judges zone, a 10, 8, and a 9. It's going to be a total of 27 for the Gravedigger. So he will jump into the lead here tonight in our freestyle competition out of 5 trucks over Moving Violation, Rampage, Bustin' Loose, and NWO. But last but certainly not least, we're taking a look at Avenger all the way to Columbus, Michigan. We're going to be seeing what he can do in our freestyle competition. He's our last truck to go, and right now getting a little harem scarum out here on the freestyle course. Avenger just saw what the Gravedigger did. He knows he's got to try to outdo it with momentum, filling the clock, and wow factor. And so far, Avenger's looking strong. Sets it up nicely for a good little stoppie right there. Avenger's coming in with the heavy hits. We'll see if he can take home the freestyle win here tonight over the Gravedigger, or will it be cut short in a lineup for the not Morgan & Morgan backflip. Sets it down, almost got a little moonwalk out of it. Just quite didn't get the rebound he wanted out of that suspension to try to get that moonwalk to go after that not Morgan & Morgan backflip. But so far, so good. Avenger is strong on the climb. How about this wow factor? Some major air. I thought he was going to hit the RV, but he sidestepped it right there. Avenger really laying down a clinic. Another hard hit on the side of the suspension. Sticks it up on the rear end. Going to come to a stop right there. I don't know if he was going for a stoppie. Kind of lost momentum, but he picks it right back up where he left off. Avenger is really flying out here inside of the SmackDown arena for our freestyle competition. Going to go up and over through the RV now. Avenger is just rocking the house here at the SmackDown arena. Really going for Gravedigger's high score. And again, Gravedigger got a 27, only 3 points to play with at the top of the leaderboard. Going to try to set it up for a moonwalk. Just couldn't get the tires to fight right there on the dirt right side, hit through the RV, almost to the point and no return. And we're going to end it out with some Avenger donuts in our freestyle run. And it looks like he's going to fill the clock out here tonight for freestyle. So give it up for Avenger. An awesome job out here in our competition. We're going to go back and check out these highlights. Look at the air that Avenger gets out here on the arena floor. Sets it up for a nice stoppie. Couldn't quite get it to grip enough for a moonwalk. Then we check out the not Morgan & Morgan backflip. Not too many trucks got that done here tonight, as either A, they were cut short. But look at this, the point and no return. Almost flips the truck over, brings it back around, and he starts to end the run with some nice Avenger donuts here for the freestyle fans. Loving it out here at the SmackDown arena. We're going to head over to the judges zone and see what the overall score is going to be. A 10, a 10, and a 9. A 29 for Avenger. He will take the overall freestyle lead from the Gravedigger, and Avenger will be your event champion here tonight. As we take a look at the overall scoring, Avenger with a 29, Gravedigger a 27, Moving Violation with a 20, Rampage, which I thought should have been a little bit higher, rounds out at 19, NWO at 13, and of course Bustin' Loose, who had the shortest run of the night with 11. But give it up for your winner here tonight in our freestyle competition. Your champion here tonight, it's going to be Avenger. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out and enjoying the show. Be sure to leave a comment down below of what you thought these runs should have scored out here in our freestyle competition. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, Steve Jones, over from Monster Truck Attitude. This is a brand new channel solely to hold MTD content. Thank you guys so much. Be sure, if you have not already, crush that subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys on our next Monster Truck Destruction Freestyle.